In the near future, a group of American Special Forces soldiers serving in Kenya fend off an alien attack. During the shootout, they are trying to save civilians when suddenly, there's an explosion. Sometime later, the soldier wakes up in a prison cell in torn clothes and is aware of nothing but memories of terrible pain. He doesn't know how he ended up here and calls for help, when suddenly he hears a voice from the next cell. Nadia is a French military doctor who also found herself behind bars. As it turns out, they were captured by a gang of xenophobes, and the man should not attract the attention of people, since they are more dangerous than robots. The soldier is skeptical of Nadia's words and calls for help. A group of armed xenophobes breaks into the police station and takes the life of an unfortunate foreigner in front of the soldier and Nadia. The man tries to come to an agreement with them, after which he gets into a fight, the price of victory in which is life. The gang leader tries to use the beautiful Nadia, but she gives him a fitting rebuff. Meanwhile, the soldier copes with his opponents and notices that he is not afraid of the electric discharge. The battle is ended prematurely by a robot chasing a soldier who manages to hide in a wrecked car. Soon, he returns to the station, where a military doctor helps him treat his wounds and calls the stranger, Bo, the surviving letters on a personalized t-shirt. Nadia reports that there is an American military base to the north of them, but it is far away and it will not be possible to get to a safe place on foot. Knowing how robots behave, Bo suggests privatizing one of the abandoned cars, staying away from cities and major roads. The girl is skeptical about the chance of salvation, believing that peace and order have collapsed, but the American soldier thinks otherwise. While the French doctor collects water and medicine, Bo repairs the minivan so they can hit the road. Driving near Nairobi, the couple are ambushed by Kenyan soldiers who fire at the car. Nadia reports that she is a medic and has protection from terrorism, and Bo is a military man accompanying her. Despite this, the soldiers continue to be hostile to them and want to take away resources, including food and water. Bo offers to resolve the conflict peacefully, but a tattoo of a satellite dish from an American base in western Kenya is noticed on his arm. Having reacted aggressively to the symbol, the soldiers decide to take the life of Bo, but he attacks one of them and, having taken possession of the weapon, is ahead of his opponents. The surviving commander and his subordinates say that many consider America to be guilty of what happened. The base and the huge satellite dish are still intact, while the rest is destroyed. Kenyans and other peoples assume that it is the United States that controls the drones or sent a signal into space, which attracted robotic machines to Earth. Bo is disappointed and decides to take the lives of his allies if the assumptions of the Kenyan soldiers turn out to be true. The car is totaled, so the couple steals a pickup truck and continues on their way. 500 kilometers before the military base, Bo suggests turning into the city, since the road ahead is mined. Finding themselves in a small village, the couple stops in front of a destroyed power plant, which is experiencing short circuits. They want to find another way, but several robots attack Nadia and Bo, forcing them to act quickly and decisively. Having abandoned the car and hidden nearby, the girl notices her father and a little girl. They also try to hide from the pursuing robots, but they overtake and destroy them. Nadia is very upset about what happened, and believes that a war with a stronger enemy makes no sense. Bo does not share her pessimism because he has a walkie-talkie, through which someone will definitely speak. Even more hope is given to the soldier by several fighter jets flying overhead, proving that the fight against evil continues. The next morning, the couple sets out on the road and hears an audio recording reporting news in the world and calling for people to unite. Bo and Nadia get closer, but find themselves trapped by Kenyan hunters who have captured them. Having chained a soldier and a medic to an old car, the hunters take up convenient shooting positions. Two motorcyclists who attracted the attention of the robots also arrive here. It turns out that a group of Kenyans are hunting foreign enemies, and Bo and Nadia are live bait. As soon as one of the robots appears near the destroyed building, a crowd of hunters attacks it and uses all available weapons to destroy it. They do not have time to rejoice at the victory, as two more robots arrive on the scene, exterminating the Kenyan hunters. Realizing that the situation is as difficult as possible, Bo makes superhuman efforts to free his hands from the chains. Snatching a couple of machine guns from the hands of the dead, Bo and Nadia hide. Luckily for them, the runaway motorcyclist diverts attention to himself, and the robots set off in pursuit of him. While 309 kilometers from the military base, Nadia and Bo notice a glimmer of light. At first, the soldier thought it was a sniper, but upon closer inspection, he noticed a helpless photographer attracting him with the glare from the camera. Going downstairs, the couple meets Stander, a wounded journalist who dreamed of creating a unique report about an alien invasion. Showing photographs, Stander talks about robot ships taking away people. He talks about how it all started and points to a little boy who threw a stone at a huge car. This not only demonstrates the strength of the spirit of humanity, but also the desire to fight for freedom, which cannot be taken away from us. Hearing the robots approach, Bo and Nadia do not leave the photographer in trouble and hide in a shelter nearby. Noticing a tattoo on the soldier's arm, Stander reveals that he was at his base. He gives Bo the camera and asks him to use the photos on it, as if they were digital breadcrumbs that could lead him to the right place. The photographer is ready to give up the camera and help the couple, but asks for a favor. He understands the severity of the wound and asks for a bullet to save him from suffering. Despite all the provocations and requests, Bo does not do this, because he does not want to take the life of an innocent person. Nadia, as a doctor, decides to help the unfortunate Stander and allows him to fall into eternal sleep. Using the camera and saved pictures, the couple continues on their way, but soon the battery runs out, and they realize that the camera will not be useful any further. Once in a small village, Bo opens the garage and finds a red convertible that can be repaired. The couple soon resumes their journey to a U.S. military base in Kenya, when they hear strange static on the radio. Having stopped 67 kilometers from the target, they get out of the car to look around and find the remains of the robot. At the same moment, the couple notices an entire army of robotic machines approaching them. Bo and Nadia try to escape and decide to hide in the basement of a lonely building. Embracing, they wait for the inevitable end, when suddenly everything calms down. Feeling romantic, the soldier and the medic decide to kiss, but they fail. The ship, hovering over the building, completely destroys it and pulls the girl on board. Bo, who lost consciousness, comes to his senses and removes the wooden splinter found in his leg. After wrapping his wound, the lone man continues on unsteady legs to the military base. Soon he manages to reach his goal, but it turns out that there are no more soldiers here, and the base has turned into ruins. After this, Bo goes to Nairobi, where he is unable to continue moving due to the wound and loss of blood. He notices a group of people nearby fighting a robot and destroying it, using an electromagnetic pulse. At the same time, several spider-like robots attack Bo, but after scanning his face, they leave him alone. After this, the soldier again loses consciousness and sees the events of the recent past. While fighting the robots, one of his friends was injured. Bo, like a true warrior, helped him get rid of his suffering, but found himself trapped by several robots that surrounded him on all sides. Now Kara and Juma, belonging to a local resistance group, found Bo on the street and rescued him. In the underground command center, he receives medical attention and learns that the ship took Nadia but did not touch him. The others are skeptical, but introduce him to Roderick, a scientific engineer who has created a powerful electromagnetic bomb that can disable the mothership and disable the machines it controls. Soon, observers report that a group of robots is approaching their hideout. Meanwhile, Bo looks at the sketches of the invaders created by Roderick and pays attention to one of the drawings. It shows a man being held in the air and, as it turns out, this is Bo. He remembers how robots implanted a device in his spine that caused amnesia. The soldier realizes that this explains not only his new electrical abilities, but also how the robots track down people. Realizing that Bo serves as a beacon for alien invaders, Kara shoots him, but her comrades stop the girl. Bo is ready to leave the camp and take the robots away from the command center, but Roderick realizes that it is too late. Then he and the soldier discuss a plan of action to detonate the bomb and disarm the flying ship. The robots do not see Bo as a threat, which means he is the one who can place the electromagnetic cannon on the ship without attracting much attention to himself. Armed, a group of soldiers use the service tunnels to deliver the bomb closer to the ship. At the same time, people are trying to evacuate from the camp in order to save their lives. This is not easy to do, since bipedal and spider-like robots have already entered the territory of the command center and are beginning to attack them. The group carrying the bomb is also attacked, leaving Kara injured. The girl is unable to continue moving but wants to be useful to the team. When everyone leaves, she uses a grenade to blow up the robots and give her friends a head start in time. Jum, like the others, tries to escape from the robot in the underground parking lot, but it attacks the nurse and then him. The group arrives at the best place to detonate the bomb and notices a group of people surrounded by robots. They exterminate anyone who tries to leave the circle and keep them at bay until a ship comes above them to drag the prisoners aboard. Realizing that this is the perfect moment to attack, Roderick and Bo decide to take action. To do this, the soldier uses the only surviving grenade and destroys the robot in order to divert attention to himself and create a gap in the environment. People run away, while Roderick tries to drag the bomb into the circle. The machines take the lives of several assistants, but Bo and Roderick manage to achieve their goal. The people panic and run away, but they see Bo throwing a rock at one of the robots. He diverts attention so that Roderick does not become the next target, but this act inspires people to fight, and they beat the huge bipedal robot with everything that comes to hand. At some point, the bomb's power source fails, rendering it useless. Bo realizes that he can use his body as a conductor for electricity and activates the explosive device. As a result, his power supply in Nairobi disappears and his ship crashes. At dawn, the man comes to his senses and realizes that he was able to remember everything. When Roderick asks his real name, the soldier still answers, Bo. We hope you really liked the recap. Thanks for your supports, likes and subscriptions. See you soon.